This episode of Philly F.A.M.E TV is sponsored by Top Dog Law. Now y'all already know who to call for any accidents or injury cases. If you want that top dollar, you better get at Top Dog. You can hit him up on Instagram at Top Dog Law or visit his website www.topdoglaw.com.
Man, this your boy YD, man. Y'all now tuned in to Philly F.A.M.E TV.
Philly F.A.M.E. Alright, we got YD in the building, man. What's going on with you first and foremost, good brother?
Man, we chillin'. I'm chillin'. I ain't on shit for. I'm on ice, bro. Just came home and shit.
Right. How long was you away for?
A year and a month. Yeah, a year and a month. 13 months.
13 months? You care to share what you was away for?
Yeah, I was away for gun charges. Finding 3 gun cases.
Okay. So what you end up getting convicted and having to do that time and you getting let out?
Yeah, I consolidated my gun cases and got 11 after 23.
Okay.
Had the best lawyer in the city, Gary Silver.
Okay. So now you back home. Now, I mean, how long ago was that? Like a couple months or something ago?
I just came home, June 27th. So I've been home for like a month and change.
Yeah, almost 2 months. Not 2 months yet. Month and a half, something like that, right? And you came home and you dropped this visual, I mean?
Sure.
And it popped up on my radar. And I was like, damn, I mean? So I shared it on my page. But you know, I got an audience, a lot of them, I mean, I got some people that's older on my page, so they familiar with, you know, your pop, I mean? Right. So I basically put a situation let people know that your pop, who a legendary rapper in the city, a lot of people may not know he had a son that rapped and had a little wig. Right. So when I put the post up, it kind of went crazy on the page.
It's crazy because my old Instagram got deleted.
Right. So that was your new page.
I made one of that shit. It was like a little Finsta page at first. That shit only had like 100 followers, right, bro? That shit had like 100 followers and shit. You put that post up and shit, that shit was at like 1,200 and like the next day and shit. That shit wasn't even gonna be my main page and shit. I was gonna make a whole different page.
Yeah, that's crazy because a lot of people probably didn't know. That I mean, so when they see it, and the crazy part, that's why I want you to speak on too. The crazy part is because you so young and your pop's such a legend. Now I mean, from the era that he come from and the way that he rapped, it was people that was expecting you to kind of sound like him.
No.
So when you first started rapping, that's what I want to ask you. I'm gonna ask you 2 questions. So my first question is, when you first started rapping, did you feel the pressure like, damn, I pop a legend with the rap shit from my hood?
Yeah, it's crazy because like when I first started rapping and shit, I told my dad like, yo, I'm trying to rap and shit. My dad kept saying, man, you on some bullshit. If you serious, I'm gonna back you and shit like that. You feel me and shit? Whatever, man. Or he told me like, if you serious and shit, I'm gonna back you. And I'm like, all right, and shit like that. But he already told me like, once you start rapping, like you gotta fill my shoes, like you gotta be on some shit basically. But I never really even looked at it like that. I just was rapping just to rap and shit. A lot of shit was going on around me and shit like that, so I just started rapping about what's going on and shit for real.
Right. So you ain't never think like, damn, I gotta try to sound like him or try to sound because that's my dad. I gotta try to spit like him. Is people gonna expect me to sound like him?
It's crazy because everybody probably was gonna like expect me like to rap like him and shit, but I wasn't. You feel me? I'm my own nigga in the day. You feel me? That's my dad and shit and all that. But man, I got my own swag.
Right.
That's a whole different era.
Right. See, I understand that because you're a young boy and you from this era, so you rap like, I mean, what's going on today, whereas though your pop from like the 90s, early 2000s era, so I'm looking at it like it's kind of unfair for people that's like Jadakiss' son. Like if Jadakiss have a son, you think he gonna sound like Jadakiss?
No,
I mean, like what's the odds of that? Like
it's a whole different era.
Right, like what's the odds of that? I mean, like that's not realistic, but people like, oh my God, he don't sound like this.
He talking about drill shit and all that.
Different era,
Right. Fucking gangster. That's
different era.
Right. So how did you feel like that when you see the did you look at something?
No, I ain't gonna lie. I did look at the comments, you feel me? But like motherfuckers gonna say what they gonna say, you feel me? Some motherfuckers wasn't feeling it, some motherfuckers feeling, you feel me? You ain't gonna get everybody attention and everybody like liking your shit, you feel me? But that shit made me go harder for real.
Right. So what was it like? I mean, just explain for the people, because it's kind of like we was talking about, okay, we're gonna get the Muji, like, cause y'all kind of like, I got a similar story in that way. So what was it like growing up with that being your dad? I mean, like him being the big rapper, Rockefeller.
That shit, it's crazy because like, believe it or not, I really was like motherfuckers always was like hyping and shit when I was a kid. Like when I was a little ass kid and shit, my dad would come to the project. This when I was living in West Philly and shit. My dad comes to the projects. All the kids would run up, oh my God, people, moms and all that. But I never looked at it like that. You feel me? I just look at it like this is my dad and shit. So that shit always was like, I always had like a lot of attention from my dad and shit.
Right. You was in the video of one of the most legendary songs and videos, not just in Philly history, but in hip hop history.
Alright.
You was in the video.
No bullshit.
What we do is wrong.
What we do is wrong.
You sitting on Bean's lap.
I had on my head. I had a red state property head on and some shit like that. Shit on my damn lap and shit. I probably was like 2 or 4 one of them.
But just like
no bullshit. I still with the same. Nigga can't say that stuff and all that.
You been there since day one.
No bullshit.
So based on you was a young boy at the time, so obviously you ain't know the situation, the magnitude of the situation. But as you get older, and even now to this day, you still hear that song.
No, for sure.
Niggas still rap that song like that shit just came out. The niggas know that song. It's like a national
I be
anthem.
saying, I ain't gonna lie, I was saying like bitches of my age play that shit. No bullshit.
It's
like,
still relevant to the shit. So for you to be in that video and now you older looking at the magnitude of that shit, what's your thoughts on that? Like knowing that you was a part of that shit. Like
I was thinking like, I ain't gonna lie, like sometimes I be thinking like, yo, I really was like around them motherfuckers and shit. You feel me? Like really was like in that video, Jay-Z was in that video, Freeway, like I really was like around them niggas and shit like that.
Right.
Before that shit. Before I even could like really remember I was around that shit. You feel me?
so now moving forward a little bit, as far as people like, damn, you being signed, what you doing, getting locked up, and I mean, like, what would you say to that, like, for people like that?
Just understand, like y'all act like Beans the same Beans from y'all act like y'all act on some real shit. Niggas act like Beans the same Beans from when he was in his fucking prime and shit. Shit got tight and all that. I'm still in the trenches. You feel me? Like shit, different story. You feel me? So it's like I adapt to what's going on around me and shit, and that shit just went left. Some shit went left. I started getting locked up. And shit like that, and that was that though. Like, motherfuckers did say that, oh, how your dad Beans and this and that. You act like he's still this, like he's still him and shit, but you act like he in the same, like you act like he in the shoes he was in years ago when he was running around with the niggas like he was running around with.
Right.
That shit changed.
Right. No, facts. I feel that 100%. So let's get into the YD story a little bit. So is you originally from the P? Cause you said you was living in West before.
I'm really from West Philly for real and shit.
Okay.
Like, you feel me? I jumped off the porch out Tasking, you know, South Philly and shit.
So what part of West you from?
55th and Line.
Alright, and then you came upside. What age did you migrate?
I'm from Tasking, man.
I was waiting for you to say it.
No, I get what you said.
That's motherfucking.
No, leave that shit in there. That's what it is, though. I'm from Tasking.
No, you keep it right. I get it. So at what age did you jump off the porch and Tasking?
I ain't gonna, I started getting locked up and shit when I was like, I started catching cases shit when I was like 15 and all that. I started catching cases when I was out Task like 15 and all that, juvenile and all that. Shit like that, you feel me?
Right. Now, so for the people that don't know, now I mean, you know, people from Philly, especially from that area, they know about Tasker and the area you from and all that. For the people that don't know, just briefly describe what Tasker was like. Basically, you coming from West and then you go to Tasker, so explain what that was like. I mean,
that shit like a whole different like ball game. Cause when I was down West and shit, I was just like, I was a sports nigga. I played for the Panthers and all that.
Oh, you played for the West Philly Panthers?
Yeah, I played for the West Philly Panthers. I played for the Concrete Cats. I used to play at Haddington basketball and all that. I used to, like, it was a sports joint and shit.
Okay.
When I came in the P, ain't a lot of P is like a whole different world and shit. You feel me? That shit way more dangerous, way more. It's just like way better and shit. So when I came in there, I had to adapt to what was going on and shit. The niggas I was being around was like in the shit. You feel me? Right. Shit just like that.
Right. So I came across your name originally before I knew that you was being son. Just, you know, people be making little videos and shit on YouTube, you know, about the drill rap, covering the drill scene and all that. I had seen you on one of them joints initially before I even knew you was being son, so I kind of heard of you from that. They had like some of your music videos and stuff like that in there. And then, you know, so I want to know, like, because you obviously weren't inspired by your dad rap-wise, who was you inspired by rap-wise? Like, who was you listening to that made you want to get on some rap stuff?
I ain't gonna lie, I was fucking with King Von for real. Like, that's when
King Von?
Yeah, around that time, that's when I came home, 2020. Like I was playing with this shit, like Me and My Man Me and shit. Me and My Man Me, we used to be at my mom's crib playing with the rap shit, like 2019 and shit like that, 2018. Like, we used to just like play with it though. Like, I never made a song and put a song out there and shit. Like, we used to just play with it, but when I came home and shit, when I was locked up, nigga came by. I ain't gonna lie.
What age was you when you really started?
When I really started rapping, 2020, I was 20 years old.
Alright, you was 20. Alright, still young boy. Alright. So jump back a little bit. Household. So was your mom? You had siblings?
Yeah, I got 2 little sisters and a little brother and shit.
So you the big brother?
Yeah, I'm the big brother.
Alright, so with the household was like growing up in
we
that
always
household?
chilling shit. My mom always made sure we was cool and shit. Like even if she ain't had it, she always found a way to make sure that we was cool and shit like that. You feel me?
Gotcha. School, what you was like in school?
I was a good motherfucker in school. I had good grades and shit. I never been to summer school and shit and all that. I used to get like when I was a kid, I used to get kicked out for being bad and shit like that. But grades wise, I always was smart and shit like that. So I was cool.
Alright. So what made you go left? Was it? I know the environment in P, and I know how it is. But did you really have an alternative that you feel like you could have took?
No, I ain't gonna lie. I had wait a minute, shit. I was catching little cases like Johnny cases and shit like that, stealing cars and all that shit like that. I went up placement, I went up Glen Mills with that shit. I came home, I was supposed to go to Wilmington University College and shit, you feel me? I was supposed to go there. But when I came home and shit, I was supposed to take my SAT, whatever that shit called, like a week later. But my car got shot up at Chick-fil-A and shit like that. And I had my siblings with me, and that shit was like a turning point after that, you feel me?
So y'all was in the car?
Yeah, we was in the car at Chick-fil-A and shit.
Damn.
I took my little sister to Chick-fil-A and shit to get something to eat.
So did y'all get hit?
No, nobody got hit though. Niggas was on some skitty shit.
Damn. So nobody got. That's
nobody
crazy.
got hit.
That's crazy, bro. Damn. And how old was you when this happened?
This was what I came home from the mills. It's crazy. I came home from the mill. That was like 2019. Then they put me on house arrest for like 30 days for my safety. I got off house arrest and I got off house arrest and court a case out Cleveland and shit. I was put down there. I was put down Cleveland. Then they put me on house arrest from Cleveland all the way down Philly. I was on GPS and shit. I went on a run for that shit, turned myself in. By the time I came home, it was like the end of 2019 and then I was doing little shit and I got locked up. Beginning of 2020, I was booked for half of that year. Came home, had a crazy ass run from July 2020 to July 2021 and shit. Had a crazy ass run. Got booked again. Now just came back home.
Man, that's crazy, bro. Like, so you had a small little run where you was able to get some traction with the music.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie,
Yeah.
That's when I came home and shit. I came home 2020 and shit like July, some shit like that, and I start rapping this shit. I dropped my first video like September or some shit like that. Shit went crazy and all that, and I kept dropping after that. And that shit just went crazy. Then I had a crazy ass run with it, like with the streets period and shit. Had a crazy ass run. Then I got booked again. Now I'm back.
All right, so let's touch a little bit on your experience while you was in jail. I mean, this particular time. I mean, you ran into some other rappers from the city while you was in there. Speak a little bit on that experience.
Right, I ran across some real genuine dudes and shit like Skinny Me, Free Skinny Me.
Free my guy, my brother, Skinny Me.
That's my big brother. That's my big brother.
So you was locked up. So when you was in there, you ran across Skinny. You got give me that.
Ain't gonna lie, like he'll tell y'all too, like he real genuine and shit. Like that's really like my big brother and shit. You feel me? Like we was on the same block for months and all that. Like we knew the same people and shit. He knew I knew he was and shit. We sat down and talked and like shit. Like he wanted like the genuinest nigga I ever met in my life. No cap.
Damn, that's cool. Was it somebody else in there?
Free crack.
Crack, my man, you was in there with crack.
Yeah, I talk to crack every day and shit.
Bro, you was in there with my guys, bro. Give me that. Like, how you do crack?
Every day and shit. That's I landed on the same block and shit with him and all. Like he knew who I was and shit from we had like a similar friend and shit, you feel me? So we knew who, like he knew, but we knew who each other was and shit like that. I ain't gonna lie, bro put me on some cheese when I came in and shit. You feel me? He had his little motion going in. And shit, I was like doing me in there, you feel me? Like he helped me get a lot of money. He helped me make a lot of money in there, and I still talk and I still talk to him like to this day and shit.
Yeah, they my guy.
And my man, life plus 25.
Yeah, that hurt my heart, man. I talked to him the day before that. He told me like, man, it ain't looking
crazy,
good,
bro.
Man.
It's crazy because bro told me like, bro got with me like 3 days before trial started. Bro said they try to offer me a 12 to 24. I said,
yeah,
like,
he said,
how you feel?
He said they had nothing on me.
I said,
they had a weak ass case, bro? No witnesses.
Just like that. I told him like, how you feel? Like what you doing? I said, bro, like try to take a 10 to 20 or try to take that shit, bro. He said, no, they don't got nothing on me, bro. I ain't do that shit, bro. Crazy how the system do that shit,
it's crazy, bro. That was
man. How they get that man life plus 25 to 50, like you can live twice or some shit.
Alright. Hopefully he got some issues with that John, so hopefully he can get, you know, get that time back. You know what I mean? They definitely did him dirty. They definitely did him dirty in that joint,
like
man.
I said, shit, free crack.
Yeah, free my boys, free skinny trial coming up.
That's my brother in October.
Yeah, Lord willing, his shit, you know what I mean, turned out the way it needed to turn. He said he feeling good, so.
Like Bruce said, our kind really rare, real rare.
Nah, that's fair. That's fair. You knew my guy. I ain't even know that, bro. You bumped into them and shit. That's crazy. Crazy how small Philly is, man.
Oh shit.
I mean, so before we get to the music and stuff like that, cause I know you got new stuff coming and all that, working and all that. Like I was talking to you off camera, I did the interview with Muji, you know what I mean? And Muji had, you know, we spoke on, we had brought you up in the interview and he spoke on, you know what I mean? He spoke highly of you, you know what I mean? Right. And he basically, you know, spoke on how when he got locked up, he said you basically was turning up in the hood, you know what I mean? Yeah. So speak on, you know, from your perspective, your relationship with Muji and all that, like give him that.
That's my brother and shit, free him and all that. Bro, stand up dude and shit, but I ain't gonna lie, I missed the shout out, bro, thorough as shit, you feel me? He wasn't like the thoroughest nigga, like from our block and shit like that, you feel me? He real genuine too, and all that.
Right, and then as though he, like I was telling him, like he Oskino son,
yeah.
you Beanie son, I mean, so how did y'all, I mean, I don't think I asked him this question, but did you ever look at it like, yo, that's crazy, bro, like who your pop is and who my pop is?
No, yeah, like we used to bet about shit like that and all, like we used to really call each other about that shit, you feel me? Like, yo, our dad's on some nut shit, he on some nut shit bed and shit like that. We used to be on the block bed about that shit, but that was that, you know.
Leaf Ward.
Yeah.
Now I mean, like y'all, I mean, like give him that. Cause I seen that, you know, y'all got a connection or whatever. So
no, he came around and shit with Saheem and Paris and shit back then and shit like that was like 2016 when he started being with each other, probably 2014 or something like that. He came around with them. Then he started fucking with my man Muji and shit. He was fucking with Muji and Lid and shit. Then he came around like when they got booked and shit, he just came around with us and shit. That was that, you feel me?
Got you. So now, Ben, though you're a young boy, you've been outside for a minute, been through some things, like you said, been shot at, been to jail, type of stuff like that. What's your thoughts like when you was a young boy looking at how Philly was, and then now you coming up in it, like what's your thoughts on how Philly is? Like, you know how Philly one of the craziest cities compared to, you know, so what's your perspective on, you know, what's going on?
See, when I was a kid, like when I was like younger, I never really paid attention for like, I always used to play sports, so I used to go to school, play sports, but I used to see little shit back then, like hair shots and all that. My mom used to always tell me, don't go over there or this and that, but I never really got into the streets when I was a kid and shit, you feel me? I never really got, but now, a lot of this shit like too turned now. Like, there's a lot of niggas running around doing shit. A lot of anybody's doing shit to anybody's too. Like, you feel me? That was like, everybody got heart nowadays. I don't know what's up with this shit. I don't know what's up with this shit now, but this shit ain't right for real.
So do you see, like, based on a lot of stuff that's going on, do you see like something that could potentially, like if it is something that could help change stuff or help fix it in any kind of way, shape, or form? Like, is it something that you can see, like, damn, if this was to happen, maybe shit could change a little bit. Maybe shit could calm down. Maybe niggas would chill a little bit more. Maybe niggas wouldn't be out here so gung-ho. Like, you see anything that's possible that could happen?
No, it's too late now. I don't think this shit never gonna stop for real, you feel me? I don't think this shit never gonna stop. Cause like, now it's like, everybody got guns now. When that PUA shit came around, that shit fucked the whole world up. Like the whole world up. Everybody got guns. Everybody riding around all dressed up, niggas thinking they this shit, so you can't tell nobody shit, you feel me? Nowadays, parents not being parents no more and shit like that. I was like, back then, like when I was growing up, you used to ride past a block, used to be block parties and shit, hopscotch and all types of shit. Like, now you don't see nobody playing hopscotch, double dutch, none of that shit. You see low-ass girls got weave in their hair now. I don't see ballies at arrests no more, none of that shit. So it's like, it's a whole different environment now. That shit just crazy. I don't think this shit never gonna stop. I think it's gonna get worse and worse for real.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. Like, crazy, man. Hopefully something can happen to fix it. I mean, but I definitely see what you're saying though, for sure. I mean,
inshallah.
So now let's talk on the music side from your perspective. You sat down, you know, you was doing your thing for a minute, then you sat down, now you back. So what's your perspective since you've been away and now you back now? Have you been in tune, catching up with what's going on in the city? And what's your thoughts as far as the music scene, what's going on as far as the drill side, the party side, all that? Like, what's your thoughts on that?
Shit, who the fuck? I don't know for I don't know. I just be adapting like to certain shit. Like I had to adapt to this shit like when I came on. You feel me? If not, shit would have. I don't know. And like my homies be on my ass too. Shit, you feel me? Like they be on my ass with that rap shit, telling me to go in the studio and do this and do that. Like my last video and shit with Alert. That's not even my sound for you feel me? I went in there to try some new shit. You feel me? Just to start rapping and shit. And that shit doing alright. That shit doing some alright numbers, but it's not doing what it's supposed to do for real. But I'm on their ass though, for sure.
Right.
I'm about to drop some shit.
So do you be paying attention to other artists?
Yeah.
Going on? Like anybody out there you like?
Yeah.
That you fuck with? I mean, in the city that's doing their thing, but you fuck with?
My man Sko and shit. My man Sko from West. Fuck with my man Fadi and shit. My Yamo from my block, Lil Nas. Shit. Fuck with Lil Bucks. I fuck with Ryder. There's a couple motherfuckers and shit I be fucking with. Shit like that.
Got you. Is there anybody you want to work with that's not, that you don't know, that's not, none of your homies, not your me, but it's somebody you see that's doing their thing, like damn, I think if we was to link and do a track, that shit might be, man, that shit might go.
Who the fuck? I ain't gonna lie, I don't be listening. I don't know, we don't be listening to niggas for real, but I don't know. I ain't gonna lie to you. I really don't know for real and shit. I'm trying to think, who the fuck can I do a song with that we not cool with this time?
So I'm talking about just anybody you just see on, personally known,
like,
that you heard it, like damn, this shit alright, like. Yeah, I fuck with this shit. I don't know him personally. That's not my man, but he do his thing.
Yeah,
I
we
fuck
got
with
some shit called Trap.
My man, we got some shit together and shit. But I'm trying to see who the fuck I really like. I only be tuning in with the guys and shit.
Yeah, that's why I'm asking you. I know that niggas be like, y'all, we got my homies. I know that, but I'm trying to see if you can get somebody else.
I'm trying to see.
Yeah, give a nigga you don't know some props. Like, another nigga.
No, I ain't gonna lie, Lizzo,
Lizzo, alright, that's cool.
I was in placement with him before, but it was that, but I don't
so you don't really know him personally cool
like I know him from like places, like
yeah.
Cool, like we not gang and all that, but
right.
we like we know each other and shit like that. I fuck with his music and shit.
Alright, so there we go. That's what's up.
But I don't think bro rap no more and all that. I don't think bro rap no more and shit. So like,
what's your thoughts on the party shit? You don't be fucking with that?
No, I don't be fucking with that party shit. I don't fuck with that. I'm stiff as shit. I don't even know how to dance or none of that. You feel me? I'm stiff as shit. I don't.
No, I ain't saying you do it. I'm talking about their thoughts on them, like how they carrying their niggas getting big looks, like you see how niggas in Drake video and all that type of shit.
No, I ain't gonna lie. Shout out to them young boys and shit. Shout out to them Philly Ghost young boys and shit like that. They ain't gonna lie. They changed the whole world for real. Feel me?
Right.
Like they little energy changed. Like they got good energy and shit. You feel me? They got good.
Right. So you don't see yourself jumping on them type beats, not dancing, but
I ain't gonna lie. Probably not. I don't know. Probably not now. I don't know. Not now. I don't see myself like honestly. I don't see myself doing that shit right now. You feel me? But you will never know because I go off of vibes and shit. You feel me?
Right. No, I think they might. I think DJ Crazy might.
It's crazy because listen, right? No, it's crazy because before I got booked and shit, DJ Crazy like was like hit me up every day. No cap, hit me up every day, telling me I gotta work with him. I gotta do this. I gotta do that. I always was on some bullshit though. I ain't gonna lie.
No, he might got something for you. It might not be that type thing. He might got something for your type.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. He definitely was getting with me though.
Yeah, like holla at
and DJ Pops and shit.
Yeah, holla at, listen, bro. Like try that shit out. Cause you ain't got rap on no dead shit. You can still talk your shit, but you get them kind of beats that's catchy and get other people ear that might not hear your shit. You get other people that like vibe and like damn boy, like and you still doing you on it though.
No, for sure.
You know what I mean? Like I mean that's some different shit. It's just something to think about, bro. What they might get.
And while they definitely got the world turned right now.
Yeah, like
the Philly.
Yeah, they get me. Like why not?
And they ain't gonna lie, and I respect that because like it's for the kids and shit. You feel me? It's like they really not talk about no shit that make kids really try to get that. So that shit like I'm happy that they little weed came around. Fuck with the kids and all that shit. Instead of hearing music like my music and shit where young boys would want to be super gangster and shit, they came out with some music where young boys can dance. You got people grandma dancing, grandpops, all types of shit. So shout out to them and shit.
So now on that note, I'm glad you said that because on that note, on your little vacation that you was away for that little bit of time, 'cause you've been in and out for periods of time. But you know, bands know you older now and sat down for that period of time. You said you was 20 when you got booked, and now you like 22, right?
Yeah, I'm 22.
You know what I mean? So what did you learn I mean, in that period of time, or did you learn anything in that period of time that made you change how you gonna move this around?
Just move smart and shit. Basically, like on the tip, like separate myself from motherfuckers, cause I definitely separated myself from a lot of motherfuckers for real shit. I be with the same niggas every day and shit. Like even like the little shit, like you feel me? Like I drive and shit, but I don't know my way around the city for real. So like even little shit, like certain routes you gotta take and shit like that. You know, that's that's all real shit. Every time before we leave out the crib and shit, this nigga look at the maps. All right, we gonna take this way to. All right, we going here. We gonna take this way, and that ways at and shit. Tell you where the law at and all types of shit. So I be up on all that shit.
I use that shit too. Like, tell you where the potholes at,
so
where the traffic at.
Before that, I wasn't using none of that shit. I just used to jump in my V and be out. You feel me? And then like we start to limit certain shit. You feel me? Like we older now, like and shit. My homie got a kid. He got shit going on. So like we be each other like every day. So we gotta like limit dumb shit. You feel me?
Alright, so on that note too, I'm glad you said that. On that note, Benz, though you been through all the stuff that you've been through since a young boy, you been outside early, you know what I mean, down the P, like I said, that's a different part of the city.
Hell yeah.
I don't think nobody from the city would disagree with that.
Like I said, don't even want to come down.
Like I said to Bougie, I think out of everywhere in the city, I think they pick the straps up the earliest in the P.
No motherfuckers don't even, no real shit, that shit
it's a whole different environment down there. I don't think nobody would disagree with that.
Bullshit, my man got shot when you was what, 9? My man got shot
at 9 years old. Like, God damn.
Crossfire and shit.
I mean, that's crazy. I mean, that's real. That's real. Like, to him, that's regular. He just sitting there chilling like regular.
No, real shit. That shit.
Like, he don't even think he's special with that. Like,
people out the P, motherfuckers don't even want to come down the P, bro. I tell that motherfucker to come meet me on South Philly, huh? No,
bro, also, now I say this on camera, it's some real shit. Remember, last time we supposed to do the interview, we supposed to do it in the daytime, but I wasn't ready because you hit me like, yo, come out like, damn, my camera. I mean, let's do this shit another day. So when you did it today, he was like, yo, come at 9 o'clock. I'm like, damn. I hope it ain't going. I'm like, watch it. I go to every hood, whatever time, whatever the case, and I don't never be nervous or that because I'm good. I don't come with that type of energy. But I'm like, the PJ's a little different, man. At 9 o'clock at night, I'm like, oh my God.
And the OJ doing the interview.
I'm like, I don't think about to call me there.
No, OJ doing the interview. No, real shit.
I was like, that's what part of the city you gotta be kind of like, my God.
The reason why I do that shit out the hood for because like, they be on my ass, they be dickhead too much. The cops was just like, I don't know, I don't be having time for that shit. I just want to chill, you feel me? Get a nice little interview in, they fuck running the ride by, fuck with us or some weird.
Whole time we on a whole different.
Whole time we on some hype niggas not even on what they think niggas are.
That area different down there, man. But I was going. My question was like, what would your message be, or what's something you can share to a young boy that's looking at that? Who's a young boy ID when he's like 12, 13, looking at that life, looking at them streets like, yeah, I'm about to jump out there.
I ain't gonna lie, this shit, you don't wanna be inside this shit, you feel me? Like the streets not where it's at, like go to school or play sports or something like that, like you feel me? Since I've been in the streets, I lost a few niggas, you don't wanna feel that, you don't wanna feel losing no friends, getting phone calls that your homies dead or niggas getting locked up, like niggas got 20 to 40, like, you feel me? Like, shit just be crazy. Y'all don't want to live this lifestyle and shit, you feel me? That shit not what it seems like, feel me? And half of these rappers that be rapping about this shit don't even live this shit, you feel me? So, like, don't feed into that shit, for real. That's all I got, you know?
Nah, facts. Alright, so now let's jump back into the music, you know what I mean? Because you in the studio, you know what I mean? We was talking off camera, your folks was telling me, you know what I mean? Because your folks behind you. It's like, I mean, niggas in the studio, they working. I mean, niggas trying to find studios. Niggas want to get busy, put out some music. I mean, on some positive type time. So talk a little bit about what you got cooking up, what you got coming. What can they see from YD moving forward? Before I even get to that, bully season.
Yeah.
I see YD bully season. They know you're popping, the Bro Street bully.
Everybody think that too.
So yeah, that's why I got to get
that. That shit don't come from my pop though. That shit came from my man Quill and shit. My man Quill got killed and shit. They call him the bully and shit. So we just like ran with bully season and shit like that. You feel me? I got that shit on my neck. That shit on me forever, you feel me? So that's what it is, like YD bully season, that's what we on.
Gotcha. Now talk about the music, what you got coming up and all that.
I got, ain't gonna lie, since I've been home for like 2 months, I really haven't been in the studio for like, I got like six songs I recorded and shit. It's like they all heat though and shit. And shit, I got what's that shit called, man? With me and Lil Nas. What's that shit called?
The niggas.
Yeah, me and Lil Nas got a song I call Them Niggas and shit like that. It's his first video, my young boy from my block and shit like that. I dropped Alert. I still got some other shit. I might shoot a video this weekend and shit with Skeet and shit. Skeet, that's my cameraman. Him and Money Making Moves and shit. Yeah, I'm about to drop though. I'm about to drop back to back too. I might shoot 2 videos back to back and drop that shit. You feel me? Then once they go up to a certain number, I'm gonna drop some shit with me and my young boy Lil Nas and shit. We got a whole different joint that's gonna set the city on fire. Okay, that shit called Bad Boys.
Okay. Alright, man, is there anything else you want to let the people know before we get out of anything? You want to touch on anything? You want to clarify, address, anything?
I don't got my watch on right now. That shit in the crib too, you feel me? So like, yeah, that shit, and that's my bitch. You feel me? That's my bitch and shit. But I don't know for real and shit. Free to all the real niggas, free Muji, free the mob and shit. You feel me? Like, we out here, we gonna hold that shit down.
Bullshit.
Bullshit. And I got my man Bumpski right here and shit. I got my man Woo right here and shit, you feel me? This the everyday circle right now and all that, you feel me? Shit. We on ice though, we really on ice though. We ain't on whatever they mug to Larry Crash on them, we not on nothing. We on ice, no cap, we on ice. We not, y'all don't gotta worry about us and shit, we chillin'. Y'all don't gotta worry about us. We on, you see what we doing right now and shit. I might do a whole nother interview tomorrow and shit. We on ice. Leave me the fuck alone. Correct.
Alright, on that note, man, we signed it out, man. Big YD, Bully Season, Philly F.A.M.E TV, and we out of this joint.
That's what it is, man.